working? I think everything's working good. Oh well, let's try this out. Probably shut my notifications, so never mind. Yeah, I have not played HPM in forever. This is a new patch for me, but I like to usually try United States as a good... It's a baseline country, so I think that's going to be what I'll start this off with. Now HPM, it's best mod for this Victoria 2 game, I think. I mean, what else is there? Off Demand? That's an old one. Okay, it's standard Victoria 2 HPM. I haven't done any modifications to the modification. Let me just get things set up first, because it's a bit tricky at the start. Always get medicine first, because, you know, that's... Disable these, because it's just annoying spam. Alright, now I'm gonna just start the game, see what's going on. Speed it up a little bit. Raise taxes. Military spending is good. Tariffs, let's get that up. Okay, since it's America is basically isolated for the whole half of the game, I think first things first, I'm going to try to save the Republic of Central America. Since they usually fall apart early on, I think if I get my boats there quick enough, I can actually save them. I can find where the transport ships are. There they are. Okay. I'll move all the transports down to Florida. And I think that is where I can actually get people there. I'll decline Mexico's alliance offer for transport, because really, I'm going to be backstabbing them during the Mexican-American War, since I will take their land eventually. Usually, when people play Victoria 2, these kind of grand strategy games, they like to either stay within the historic bounds, or they try to map paint to hell and back. Personally, I don't think map painting is that enjoyable. Oh, Moralist Resurgence. I'm getting this military access so that I can actually land in their country, because right now the RCA is in the middle of their own civil war, which I'm going to intervene and save them from. Now, not many people understand why Victoria 2 is so good, and it's pretty simple. The pop system. See, it's so in-depth. You have all these numbers, so it's pretty impressive. I think first I'll do the standard intellectuals in every state to get the research bonus. Nope. I'm going to have to trust the AI on this because they can be rather dumb, but I think if I can link up with their troops, I will be able to protect them. Yep. There is the RCA brigades. I will bring in another set all the way over here, and if I can link my troops to oh, they're not my allies. Never mind, I was being dumb and forgot to ally them. Much better. Okay, that 23k stack is the biggest issue around, so I'm going to hopefully attempt to take them out with my superior firepower. Because rebels in this game have no technology. It looks like the Texas-Mexico War ended. Surprise, surprise, Texas won. So yeah, it's pretty simple at the start. There's not much going on since America has the 2 oceans that protect it. Whereas if I look into Europe, it's still a big clusterfuck after the Napoleonic Wars, which I really won't be intervening within soon, but when I do get strong enough, I will probably take a side over there and see what I can change. Oh. There's the battle. How's my money going? I am currently losing just a little bit of money, so military spending will have to go down a little bit, but I can probably make do without. Now then. Okay, I won that battle. Good, good. I can... How's the audio, by the way? I've tested it beforehand and I thought it sounded good, but I wasn't entirely sure. Let's just get this last guy over here, and I think I have enough men that I could probably take out these rebels. Never mind, I fucked up, but not to worry. I got most of the country saved. I failed a time flagged event, but I should be able to... Okay, thank you, sorry. I didn't see chat for a moment, okay. Yeah, no, this is just gonna be a standard USA game. I'm probably not going to fight the British early, but I think... Actually, I might be able to actually do something a bit gaming. Okay. Harking back to why this game is so good, the population system. Every single province in this game has its own culture. So you have, like, for instance, in the South, slavery is happening, so there's going to be lots of Afro-Americans and also Dixie Pops, which you can see by the workforce. You have a slave force, farmers, soldiers, and so on. And right now, we have a good amount of soldiers, well, potential amount, so I'm going to build up a good, healthy regiment of 60 soldiers so I can hopefully use them during the Mexican-American War. The standard amount is usually about 4 infantry, 5 artillery. Yeah. And then a hussar usually rounds it out. Some people do 4-4-1, which is a good amount, but from my experience in past Victoria 2 multiplayer games, it's usually best to go heavy on artillery due to the early combat width in the start of the game, since it's just a massacre. Like, this is the Victorian era, so there's a lot of death going on. And lastly, I got this one last guy. So yeah, the start of the game is kind of a bit of a slog while you wait for stuff to happen, like get your technology research. Oh. I guess I might as well just go over what each tab is, just in case people haven't seen this game before. We got the production tab, where a large part of this game is about your industry. You want to have, well, there's the industry score right there. You want to have the #1 in all of these 3 stats. You have your prestige, which is basically your nation's ranking in the world, like how they appear. Like, for instance, during this time, France is very seen as a prestigious nation because it's not seen as it is nowadays as like surrender monkeys, which is, given their history, totally incorrect. France is an amazing country militarily, which early game they do have the strength to take out a lot of people despite coming off the Napoleonic Wars. Yeah, we have this industry where, as I'm playing America, most of my industry is in the north, whereas the south is still lagging behind, using mainly, as it says, cotton. We have my budget, which early game it's just tax everyone and tax as much as you can because your tax efficiency is going to be super low. And then we have our technology tree, which unlocks as the ages progress. And since I'm playing as USA, I get malices to warfare because during this time period, it's very isolationist. Sorry. Not sure if that sounds. Then we have politics, which is not just politics, it's it's also a place where I can set my nation's reforms settings. Currently, because we're a republic, we actually have to deal with election years, so I have to actually try to mold my country towards the parties that have what I believe are better policies, because one thing I really need to get rid of soon is slavery, since that'll start the Civil War if I don't. I mean, well, if I get rid of it too soon. So there's a time period where I can avoid the Civil War, but odds are I probably won't. Then we have a movements tab where, oh, my soldiers are getting built, so I can actually start training them. Set a rally point here just so I don't forget about them. But yeah, the politics tab where I can release nations. For instance, I could play as New England or Liberia, because actually this is during the time period where America had their own little African colony. Then we have, once again, this population tab, which shows the workforce breakdown, the culture breakdown, what might people care about. One thing they really want is moralism, and to outlaw slavery. We have the religion mode, which religion really doesn't make a difference in this game. And how they want to vote. For the start of the game, I'd say the Conservative Party is usually the strongest, but around 1860, the Liberal Party usually flips, but for now they're only the Whigs and not the Republicans, which is what they will change into after that. This is the trade screen, which honestly, it's just numbers. You have your stock graphs and junk, which really, in the normal game of Victoria 2, this is a useless screen besides knowing what you should build. Last we have diplomacy, which during this time period there's this concept of the great powers, like the top 8 that would kind of decide what the world was like. So, for instance, United Kingdom, they are obviously number one. They've got their colonies everywhere. They've got the prestige of having won the Napoleonic War. And right now, USA, we're only ranked 6. We're just coming up on our own, but we're still seen as a backwater on the likes of the Ottomans, who are the weak men of Europe, and Spain, who they've already... Oh, Auto-saving, sorry. They've lost all their colonial possessions pretty much in the New World, except for Cuba, which we will take eventually. Lastly, here's the military screen. It's... I had to clear my throat real quick. So we can build our own troops, we can build our own squadrons of ships, which right now it's just going to be simple man-of-wars, just wooden boats. So yeah, right now, as USA, it's going to be a bit slow at the start since... Oh. Yeah, that's good to hear. Mexico, good job. It's just going to be not much happening in the USA since it's a very slow build where we... Using immigration, which is our main way of advancing, we will... Right, smallpox, never mind. Smallpox... Yeah, we can probably deal with the militancy. They won't get too angry at us for ignoring it. It's just a plague. Who cares? So anyway, as a new world nation, one thing we benefit from is the old world going to war so that their people want to leave. Because we usually get the most immigration, and that'll make our population go up. More population means more workers, more troops. And more workers and more troops means more industry and more people to invade. I will actually speed it up because I didn't realize how slow I was going. So yeah, right now, I think usually the quickest early war that we might be able to get involved in would be justifying a war on... Who would be good to go to war with soon? Alright, yeah, one thing, this game has a very in-depth economy, so I'm trying to build artillery, but I actually have to buy the artillery pieces off the market, and then those will get sent to my troops so that they can actually do their own functions. Okay, now we're officially in the Victorian era. One thing the game maker decided to do was he wanted to play as Texas, so he made the start date of the game a year earlier instead of going by the historical time period that it's supposed to be. Okay, just a general death, it's fine. So yeah, one thing that a lot of Paradox games have is they have these really cool map modes. Like, there's a terrain mode, which is really pretty to look at, but not that useful since you can still see terrain mode in the politics mode, which will show you like where a country is. Like North America is split up into red UK, blue USA, green Mexico. Now we have all the liberal pops are gaining consciousness. Consciousness is these two numbers. Militancy means that our population is getting angry, and this is where they're actually starting caring about issues. Usually it's good to have both low, since you want the population to be rather... rather subdued, since they will not make issues. This is the infrastructure map mode, which it shows where we can invest money into increasing the infrastructure. Whereas Texas, their ruling party allows outside investment, which if I click this button, I can start building a railroad in Texas. Got our first technology. Medicine is a really good one because those events where it talks about like sickness having your provinces, it's usually the best to get rid of those. Although since I do want to go to war soon, I think I'm going to pick up probably a war tech so I can get an edge on whoever I'm going to fight. Alright. So speaking of consciousness, these decisions are basically ways you can manipulate your country if you have certain standards that you meet. Like, for instance, I have very high consciousness, so I can pass the house gag rule, which will make everyone lose consciousness, but also basically delay the inevitable of the Civil War. Along with that, because this is a game about the Victorian era, colonialism is important, it's the main focus, and thus you have states, which are lands that are fully yours, versus colonies, which are the frontier regions, and right now I can make Michigan into a state. And in doing so, I need to decide, should I expand slavery, or should I not? Usually the best option is usually not expanding slavery, since slave pops are pretty useless. They are not taxpayers, which they're slaves, so they don't have money themselves. That's why I usually don't expand slavery, but if I want to do more of a role play, I would probably expand slavery in the South. I can also create a state in America. Okay. This is an option where I can get either better education overall or some free research points, which are this. Oh. More states? Yep. Looks like my people are just assimilating the culture in this area. But yeah, anyway, back to what I was saying. All these map modes are really useful, I'd say. Like, this oh. Yeah, early game has a lot of event spam, which is just basically setting everything up. Yeah, anyway. This diplomacy map mode is how I can see what other nations are doing themselves. So, for instance, I can see what a nation claims. Like, for instance, China, they claim all of this, whereas, example, not Egypt. Serbia, yeah, Serbia's the best example. Serbia, they're a small country, but they claim all these green striped areas, and so they have a lot of tension with their neighbors, which, if I saw a war going on, you would see them as them being green and them being red. Here's the region map mode. Since the whole game is broken up to regions, if I was going to go to war with, say, Mexico, I'd demand a certain shaded region, and that'd be what I would fight over. Yeah, I was talking about how in-depth this game is. One thing is, everything is broken up into provinces that all produce their own certain resource. So, for instance, there's lots of coal in these provinces, so if I was going to build a factory, I'd want a coal-using factory in this land. Whereas in Kansas, I'd want something that uses fruit and grain, so like a cannery. But to build factories, you have to have the correct governments, because this game goes from early 1836 all the way to pretty much the start of World War II, so you see many different political... Oh. And I failed protecting these people. Oh. You see lots of different political groups form and disband. So, for instance, later in the game you can become communist and you can easily build whatever factories you want, whereas right now I am stuck on the thing where I cannot intervene in my industry. I have to trust the AI to do it, well, the AI capitalists to do it. And so, usually what happens is the AI will attempt to build what they think works. Although, really, I don't trust the AI in this game when I've seen how dumb they can be in war. And I'm just checking my relations. Currently, most countries don't hate me at the moment, which they will if I start declaring war on everyone, but for now, everything's rather chill since this is the lull before the storm. Because if you recall history, during the 1840s is when the Mexican-American War will actually kick off. Should I do the Trail of Tears? I think that's probably a bad idea. Yeah, that would just kill some Native Americans, so let's not do that. Instead, let's put the Kansas-Nebraska Act into action. See, a part of the decisions are what can shape your country, so Manifest Destiny, that would be the war against Mexico. What do I need to do this? I just need a couple inventions, and I can successfully tell Mexico this land is mine, and that I need it more than them. If I'm going to do that, I should probably build up my army more, so... More Dixie troops. Okay, let's see this guy's stats. Attack and defense, good. He's a good enough guy. I can take him all the way over here and set him up on the border. Alright, I finished a colony in Idaho, and now I can colonize that land officially, and I also got another state in Iowa. Once again, no slavery because it's in the north, and also because I just don't think it'll work out for it. Because one thing that determines a civil war, the US Civil War, is if a state is a slave state, it can flip to the CSA. And I don't really want to have to deal with nations up here being part of the CSA instead of just everything down here. Game's paused, my bad. I've realized I need to build up a navy since this is the time period where Britain ruled the waves, but now I'm going to try to make it so that the United States rules the waves. So I'll build up some Clipper transports, and also get ready to use them as an invasion. So yeah, right now, it's still early, so Africa is untamed. But there are just smatterings of European presence. Like, we have what our part of Africa is, Liberia, and soon in about 60 years, this whole continent will be overrun with Europeans. And I might want to get a slice of that myself. So yeah, sorry the game is a bit boring at this moment, it's just not much is going on. Although, after I get these ships built, I might just be able to mug the Chinese Empire for a treaty port. Like how Hong Kong was right here. It's currently not owned by the British, so I might be able to snag that from them. Okay, let's make my people less angry. So yeah, one thing is, along with... Oh. Got elections going on. Hopefully I can win them. So yeah. We got Japan, who is still disunited. We have China, who are also dealing with their own issue. Curiously enough, during this time period, there was a preacher going around claiming he was the brother of Jesus. And so this preacher man, he gained a following that turned into one of the deadliest wars in history. Okay. What was it that I needed for Manifest Destiny? Let's check my decisions. I need idealism and state and government. So, let's get state and government first. Well, the prerequisite is ideological thought. The Taiping Rebellion. It's one of the deadliest wars in history. It killed more than World War I, I believe. All because of this Protestant Chinese guy that said, "I am Jesus' brother, follow me." And so I'm hoping that I can mug China during that war as well, while they're distracted. Oh yeah, it's the weirdest story. Oh wait, here we go, secession settlements. I am getting to the early days of the the CSA. That means I have fucked up and my people are mad. So if they're mad at me, might as well have more no slavery. So yeah, these are the elections. They're kind of useless. They're just trying to sway your population since you really can't do much. So we have what the people want, which is, wait, 102%, that's not, you know what, it works. I can just click random stuff, because elections are kind of railroaded for USA, since our population already, like, decided their mind. Yeah, no, I can just, USA is very much the easy mode, but I'm choosing it since I have not played HPM in forever. Oh. Conservatives won. Who would have thunk? So yeah, USA is very much railroaded in this, because it's just, it does its own thing and it doesn't really go off the tracks, but I'm going to try to make it go off the tracks right now, so... Let's see... Do I have enough ships yet? That's kind of the main issue I'm having right now, is I need to have ample ships. Okay, that is... Now this might go poorly. Oh. I just need one more transport and I'm going to... Oh. Alright, now we go. Since this is a civilized era, you can't just declare war really willy-nilly. You actually have to have a reason for war. So, no just invading the Middle East for no reason. I gotta come up with a reason. So, freeing people would be taking a nation that is under their yoke and letting them be free. Releasing a puppet would be releasing a puppet nation, so on and so forth. Right now, I am going to do demand concession. I'm going to want to take a bit of land from them. Plans to upgrade? Probably if this works out well. Sorry, I'm not looking at chat quickly. This is my very first stream. I'm gonna be honest, I am not knowing what I'm... Oh. My, attempt to get a war goal failed. Well, it didn't fail, but it got noticed, so now the whole world thinks I'm a bad person for doing this. Really, this is just me trying to test this out, see if I can even do this at all for a whole hour. Yeah, right now I'm going to send... Oh. I'm on the wrong thing. I need to click on the ships. On the ships. Oh, people keep finding out about me attempting to invade China. So now I'm going to have to take... Oh, if you're asking if it'd be in the same model, I think it would be. Okay, the reason why I chose I'm not sure if you can tell it's an egg, but okay, at my very last job, I was basically I was wait staff, so I'd just be cleaning I'd just be cleaning plates all day, and I was the morning staff, so I'd have to basically be dealing with eggs and French toast, all that crap, and so I just hated eggs like with a passion because they are a pain to clean. They are the worst. Did I eat all the eggs? Yes, I ate all the eggs that were uneaten by the customers. So my only joy was I'd have a marker with me, and whenever someone didn't eat an egg, I would just draw a happy face on it because that meant if they didn't eat it, they didn't make a mess on the plate. And so I don't know why, but it stuck with me for a while. So I thought, you know what, that happy face on the egg will be my happy face here. Alright, so right now, let's see what the... Alright, so my ships are currently doing pretty bad, because... Oh, I can now declare war. I got my concession. Now, let's take... You know what, Egbert is a pretty good one. I've not really thought much about this beyond just doing it. Because I didn't want to sit and think like, okay, I'll just spend hours just doing nothing, thinking about what I could do. Nah, I wanted to do something. So, right now, I'm declaring war on China. Step 1, invade Taiwan. Alright, so I'm at war, so people don't like to immigrate to countries at war. Oh. You know what? My ships are doing good. My ships are doing good. Oh hey, I timed this perfectly. The UK is also at war. Right now, they are probably taking Hong Kong. So yeah, right now... So yeah, warfare is... Chinese Taipei. Sorry, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me, Chinese viewers. I'm sorry. So yeah, because this is still when China's... Okay, this is the so-called century of humiliation where China basically gets beat up by everyone. Oh. Looks like I have a... Okay, this is... Okay, you know this part of Maine that looks weird? Basically, there was a minor... I wouldn't call it a war, but the people there wanted to fix the border, and so... Usually, if I was being aggressive, I'd say no, but I don't really want to piss off the UK, so... You know what? I'm gonna say yes, and we'll make a standard border. So anyway, back to China. This is warfare in this game... Oh, that was very quick. Oh yeah, no, Border War is the war. I play in a multiplayer group. Well, I used to. So anyway, oh. Let's see. Hey, China, you want to peace out? Would they success? They would not. Dang it. Yeah, no, I do not like Border War ever since last... Oh, sorry, I just keep having troops... I mean, there's like one piece of time when I have not occupied these islands. But yeah, no, back to what I was saying, sorry. The multiplayer group I was part of, we would play like all the majors. So, for instance, I usually played minor powers since I wasn't that good at the game. Oh. Gotta have another one of these set. Sorry. Yeah. And so there was two sides of the group. There were those that were anti-Border War and those were pro. Okay. Right now, I can probably just wait them out since I have my war goal occupied. They will... Oh crap, my boats are breaking. No, that's bad. Yes, there's a supply limit all around where, like, the closest port you are from will... Actually, I might be able to cheese it. Let's see if I can get the war score from blockading, because there's 3 ways to get war score. Blockading the ports, occupying the land, and winning battles. So yeah, if I can blockade this whole coast, I might get enough war score to tell them to give me Taiwan. Is there anywhere left I can... One last place. Green Bay. And they wouldn't accept. Let's see if they would. Nope. I don't know. Oh, I am losing money quickly. I did not realize I was going to debt. I'm in debt. What should I do? Let's cut all the funding. Oh. Looks like my people want to make some reforms. Yeah, I'll just go with that. That'll make more people want to come to the nation. Colony in Oregon. Oh crap! All my ships are getting sunk by the Chinese Navy. Yeah, I thought that would happen. Yeah, I'll say this war was kind of ill prepared, but I can just wait them out. Actually, I do have an idea that might work out. I should probably repay my loans so I don't get UK mad at me. Oh yeah, pay debts, pay debts. It always brings a smile to my face, even though it's the wrong time period. Do we want to restrict child labor? I get prestige, or I restrict child labor. You know what? Kids, you can work in the mines. I want that prestige. Boom, I'm already at rank 3 prestige. That was worth it. Yeah, I don't know why, but... I do know why, but... Every so often, I get the event, Greece refuses to pay debts. And that gives me a free ability to invade them, which I always use, no matter what. Yeah, back to my dumb idea. I'm going to attempt an invasion of... Oh. I'm not going to attempt an invasion. I forgot that I don't have enough boats. Let's see. Would they accept peace? No. Suffrage movement. What do the people want? Universal voting. You know what? You can have that. I don't want to have rebels. Because I'm kind of in a war that I'm not really winning. I'm not losing it either, so I can continue this, but it's just not working out well. Oh. We might get an early civil war this time, because they are mad. Yeah, I'm just going to rebuild my transport fleet, which got totally decimated after... basically having no supply, like... Okay, you know the Russo-Japanese War, where they had the European fleet have to go all the way around Africa, and then by the time it took them so long, they were basically out of supply, half dead, and then they finally make it all the way to Japan, and then the Japanese just blow them out of the water. That's what happened to my navy. What's the last thing for Manifest Destiny? I need idealism. Okay, idealism. So yeah, despite having the amount to demand peace, they still think they can win. Wait. Oh, never mind. They accept the offer. Here we go. American Taiwan. I think I'm going to station my troops here just in case there's rebels. And Texas wants an alliance. Yeah, you can't make states when you're at war, so they don't game the system. Like, for instance, if, like, somebody declared war on you for a colony, but you make a colony into a state, that would make the war invalid, so they stopped that from happening during war. And since I was at war for, like, a couple years, I have so many of these states that I can turn into states. So let me just click through these events real quick. Sorry, it's almost done there. Here we have Florida. You know what? I'll make Florida a slave state just so they don't get mad at me. Yeah, anyway, what I'm doing here is I'm setting my national focuses so that I can subtly shift how the population breakdown occurs. Because the optimal number of intellectuals, like basically like teachers, is 4% of the population in that state. And so once I get that, I'm going to move on to the next state so that I can balance out my numbers. Starting with most populous to least. Populous to least. Oh. Mexico, I don't know why you want this alliance. I'm about to go to war with you. Well, am I? Oh, whoops, I forgot I had this guy all the way over here. Let's take him home. I've not been influencing countries. That's my issue. Sorry, I had to mute my mic for a moment. I was dying of no water. Oh, here we go. Texas applies for statehood. I am going to annex Texas and not extend slavery either. So with the annexation of Texas, I have set the stage for the Mexican-American War. What happened in our reality is this part of Texas is also claimed by America. Well, it's claimed by Texas now. And what happened was some American troops were basically in this area, and they got fired. They claimed to have been fired upon by troops over here because they said, "Hey, this is our land." No, this is our land. And so that's what really sparked the war for Manifest Destiny. And thus, I'm going to take my own troops, get them over here, them over here, and prepare my own false flag operation. Perfect timing, because it is now go time. Well, wait for them to... Actually, it's not go time, because I currently am starving my troops. Let's not do that. Yeah. This green bar is basically the oh. Mexico wants me to fight for them. Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. Actually, you know what? I can do this. I'll help them out this one time since it's just this two province minor. My bad, not one. Also, because I just need to set my people up first. Six infantry, two artillery. Not a good composition, but it'll work because it's early game where everyone's basically trash. Just checking out what the other nations are doing. Right now, the UK is messing around in South Africa. Good for them. This is just the current war list. Right now I'm helping Mexico. We have the Dominican War of Independence, which is right here going on. This island is pretty much always at war, or it's just doing nothing, so... It is now time for the Mexican-American War. Well, almost time. What's the one thing I have to do about this? Oh, I have to have no units in their land, which I currently have this little guy. Let's just pop you down here. So yeah, I think I'm gonna fight this war with Mexico, see if I can win it, and... Okay. Go time. Mexico, give me my land. They said no. Well. Wartime. There's a very easy way to win this war instantly, where I just have to occupy this province right here. Most wars usually aren't like that. They are usually... They're usually wars where you have to actually like manually occupy the land you claim. But this is more of a unique war, where I don't really have to care about actually occupying the Southwest, pretty much. Although, it looks like, yep, Mexico has mobilized their troops. That means, how many hours? I think I have, oh gosh. I had the unofficial version for a while, but I think I might have 1,000. I'd have to actually check. I'll know next session. At least 100. I mean, that's not really... Oh. I am being outmaneuvered hard. Yeah, no, this is a... I really enjoy playing this game. It's better multiplayer, but you can always have fun single player. Okay, the province is dry shrublands, so I can attack them. Oh. That might have been a bit loud, my bad. I always forget how loud the effect volume is. Oh, I don't know. So anyway, this war is going pretty well, but... Okay, that was a bad battle for me because they have a high... Yep, that's... That was over too quick for me to explain it. Next time I get into a war, I'll actually talk about what happens in the battle. I guess if I want to finish this quickly, I could just rush to occupy this. Since there's any... How was it at? Okay, yeah, this treaty right here, which I can just force Mexico to... Well, I can't really force them, they can say no, but the AI is weighted towards actually not being suicidal, usually. Now, I'm not going to be at war soon, so I think I'm going to go for more peaceful technologies like factories. I think so far my biggest issue with this war is I have all these troops stuck in China, which could have been really helpful over here, but that's fine. Ah, crap. Okay, that event I was talking about, I forgot I had to make sure that I have no land siege by them. No biggie, I should be able to take care of this soon. In any case, if this does get hairy, I can always get 50 basically farmers, give them guns, and there we go. The treaty is complete. Pay them the money, and war's over. I think I'll probably just play a little bit more and then in the stream. Yeah, it's actually already been an hour. I wasn't even sure the time had passed that soon, but until I checked. It really was. This is actually kind of fun. Like, I think I understand why people stream now. Dang. And immediately afterwards, Mexico wants to be my friend again. I'm also realizing how much streaming just messes with your perception. I'm usually better at this. Okay, I'm not that much better. My friends that I play with would tell you that I'm pretty bad at this, but I'm usually at least a little bit better at paying attention to my national focuses. But yeah, anyway, I think I'll probably go to 1850, then call it quits for today. In the next session, I will try to probably keep messing with China, because I got the guys over here. I might as well. I will also, given the history of what's gonna happen soon, there's gonna be civil war probably next session. So I'm just taking a moment to check out the decisions. There's a lot of them usually. So basically, getting this number down for free. The compromise and sorry. I see there's something going on in Europe. Let's see what's going on over there. Austria and Hungary are having a little spat, which hopefully means, if I'm correct, yep, we get immigrants. This is a country where immigration always good. I want all the immigrants I can get. Alright, now here's something good. Gold. In this game, we are still under the golden standard, so every dollar in this game that wasn't at the start comes from gold. Oh, great. Okay, yeah, I was talking about how ideologies can form during the game, and this is the first of them. We'll get anarcho-libs, which historically this isn't really accurate to the time period, but the Paradox, the game company, they wanted something that was basically the more extreme version of the Liberal Party, and so anarcho-libs are what we got. So this just shows there's a growing discontent within the populace that we're getting more of these radical groups. Alright, North Carolina, Kentucky, it's your turn to read. And the Native Americans are mad at me. I wonder why. So yeah, anyway, as I was saying, with the anarcho-libs now, we'll have them, and then as history progresses, you get socialists coming into existence, then communists, and after the Great War, near the end of the game, you start having fascists, which, having played this game, I'd say the two best government types are communism and fascism. Well, more specifically, it's either communism, fascism, or absolute monarchy. Those are the three best government types for nearly every country except USA. USA, democracy always is the best just because of the bonus towards immigration, and also because if you aren't a democracy as USA, the whole country explodes. And I don't mean like just rebel explosion. You get the Pacific states break away. Oh. Okay, this is usually a part. This is the part where during President Polk's presidency, he campaigned on this system of 54-40 or fight, which basically means does USA get this much of the land or just this much of the land? I kind of barely beat Mexico, so I'm going to go with the compromise option, but I could declare war for it soon. Yep. Standard treaty. Get the more... Fort Vancouver, let's go to Washington. Well, Seattle. Get some railroads. So yeah, usually authoritarianism is good in this game, although I will say, as a New World nation, democracy is usually the better choice early game, since you can get the massive buff to your immigration. Because one issue is, for nations like South America, is one of the boring places to play because it's low populate. Oh, crap. Some Republican, as in people who like, who want, crap, shit. Sorry, I just got kind of shocked for a moment. Yeah, anyways. I'm kind of making the people mad, so they want to be free. So, time to crush their spirit. Kick out the Mormons. Let's kick out the Mormons. Yeah, anyway, usually authoritarianism is the best in this game, I would say, but for nations like Peru, Bolivia, I try to get as fast as try to get democracy as fast as possible. And more gold. This is coming up good. So yeah, anyway, I just had to deal with these pop-ups. One thing I've been neglecting is my sphere of influence, so I should probably start working on that. Sphere of influence is basically making... It's not exactly a puppet state, but it's pretty much saying their resources are mine, so they will go to us first and then other nations on the market. But anyway, it's almost 1850, so I'll probably stop after that once I get to the autosave. And that'll let me plan a bit for next section. Hey, it's actually good timing. It's been an hour. I'd say about 15 years per hour is about average. Alright. Save game, United States. Alright, we've actually, within these, 14 years, we've actually, yeah, 14, sorry. We've actually done pretty well. We've actually advanced one spot already on the leaderboard, which hopefully I can get to rank 1 soon. So yeah, for those that came, thank you. I will, not sure I'm going to stream this again. I really don't have much of a schedule yet, but thanks for coming. Hope you can come again in the future. I'll try to warn the thread sooner.